It's easy to think that a celebrity is set for life once they make it big in Hollywood, but that is not always the case. Some celebrities are getting cancelled by fans left and right, while others have done some wrongs in their careers that costed them everything. Today on Beyond the Screen, we are taking a look at top 10 celebrities who will never work again. I'm your host for this one, I'm Joss Bedard. If this is your first time here, make sure you stick around to the end because we do comment shoutouts. You can come say hi on social media. Also, our links are down below, and if you want to watch more of our videos, see what we do, you can click the playlist right up here. But for now, let's get into this list. Taking off this list at number 10 is Doja Cat. She was cancelled earlier this year in May after some things from her past resurfaced and people started to call her racist. This was not the first time that people have tried to cancel her. She was actually slammed in 2018 for using a homo slur, but an apology allowed people to get over it. But this time around, people were not so forgiving and started a trending hashtag Doja is over party. It happened after videos surfaced of Doja participating in a video chat where they used racist language. But an old song of hers also resurfaced, and in it she used racist language that targeted at victims of police brutality. With everything going on with the Black Lives Matter movement, people called her racist and have refused to accept her apology this time. It's not looking too good. Next up at number 9 is Lea Michele. The Glee star, who definitely looks sweet and innocent on the outside, faced a lot of heat after one of her co-stars claimed she was racist towards her. One of her Glee castmates, Samantha Marie Ware, said she had made comments about her wig and even said that she would go to the bathroom in it, is the proper way of saying it, and number 2 at that. Some of Lea's brand partners dropped her after these allegations surfaced, including the brand HelloFresh, who released a public statement. Lea did issue an apology and said that her comments were always a joke and that she never meant to hurt anyone. People were also really bothered more recently after her co-star Naya Rivera tragically died and she didn't comment or share a tribute for her. She posted a photo of Naya to her Instagram story with no comment, and we all know a story only lasts 24 hours, so people were both surprised and disappointed in this. Moving on to number 8 is Taylor Selfridge. The MTV star was fired from her show Teen Mom OG after racist comments she made in the past came to surface. In June, it was announced that the network cut ties with her and cancelled her upcoming baby special that she was going to be having with her boyfriend Corey and their newborn baby. Screenshots had surfaced showing some of her past tweets which were racist towards African Americans and Asians. One of them said, "Father's Day, the most confusing day in the ghetto." Taylor did apologize and said she was just young and stupid and that her past does not define who she is as a person today. She also claims that she chose to walk away from the MTV show, but MTV has said that they fired her. So. Sliding into number 7 is Shane Dawson. The YouTuber landed himself in the center of controversy after new accusations came forward and old footage showed him being very inappropriate and making racist comments. One of the most controversial pieces of footage that surfaced was a video of Shane making inappropriate gestures and comments about a poster of Willow Smith, who's only 11 years old at the time in the poster. Everything escalated very quickly and other celebrities got involved, and YouTube actually made the decision to demonetize Shane's YouTube channels, all 3 of them, so that he is unable to make any money off any of his content. He posted a video 2 months ago where he issued an apology and took responsibility for his actions, and he has not posted anything ever since then. He's been keeping pretty quiet for a while now on all his social media platforms. Coming into number 6 is Amanda Bynes. The actress has been struggling for a while, and we first started to realize it in 2010 when she retired from acting when it seemed like it was at the highest point of her career. Reports revealed she had multiple DUI charges and her tweets started to get very erratic and completely inappropriate. Her fans learned that she was struggling with an alcohol and drug addiction and was also dealing with a lot of mental health issues. She has been in and out of treatment centers for years now, and in 2018 she got clean and announced that she was going to make a comeback and return to acting. Fans were thrilled. I was so excited. But then we never saw her in anything until she popped back up on social media with a face tattoo, a septum piercing, and news that she was engaged. However, just 3 weeks after that, her and her new fiance split, and reports and announced that she was back in a treatment center. Halfway through at number 5, we have Amber Heard. If you've been following the $50 million lawsuit between her and Johnny Depp, then you would understand why she is on this list. In all honesty, it really depends who wins this lawsuit and how it's going to affect both of their careers, but some pretty messed up evidence has surfaced showing Amber in a very bad light. After she made legal claims against him saying that he beat her and faking bruises on her face, audio recordings captured her admitting that she made up those claims and that no one was going to believe his side of the story. Like, she literally says that. She said that she was going to take him for all of his money. But the lawsuit is filled with a lot of really disturbing and strange claims against one another. We're still waiting for a final outcome. But people are already attacking her online, and they even started a petition to have her fired from the movie Aquaman 2. And it has hundreds of thousands of signatures. Like a lot, like 500,000 I think. Rolling into number 4 is Lindsay Lohan. She was once one of the biggest actors in Hollywood, but her whole life changed when she was sentenced to 90 days in jail after a DUI charge. It was her violation of her probation after the DUI charge that ultimately landed her behind bars. Since then, her career has never been the same, and she left Hollywood to move to Dubai, where paparazzi is illegal and she could live more of a private life. Fans were thrilled in 2019 when she announced she had her own MTV reality show all about her beach club in Mykonos. The show was called Lindsay Lohan's Beach Club and was cancelled after just one season after the club itself shut down. She spoke about it and said, "The show was moving into a new direction, perhaps not enough drama in my life for reality TV formula, and that's not where I am in life." Fans were really excited to see her make a comeback, but then she didn't really have a comeback. In the 3rd spot is Danny Masterson. You probably know him as Hyde from the hit TV series That 70s Show. After that series ended, he found success for starring on the Netflix series called The Ranch, where he co-starred alongside Ashton Kutcher once again. But he lost everything after allegations surfaced accusing him of sexual misconduct and He's very involved in the Scientology church, so he was protected by the church for a while, but then the Me Too movement brought everything to light. Netflix ended up announcing in December 2017 that he was fired from the show. As for the allegations, he was arrested in June 2020, pretty recently, after being charged for 3 women in separate incidents between 2001 to 2003. His bail is set to $3.3 million and he could face up to 45 years to life in prison if convicted. In spot number 2 is Ellen DeGeneres. The comedian and talk show host is under some serious fire right now after people started to claim she mistreated employees at her studio. The claims got so intense that her show and its staff members are all being investigated right now. 2 of the show's co-executive producers were accused of sexual harassment, and during the investigation they were fired from the show even though they personally denied the claims. Former employees and her past bodyguards have come forward with claims saying that she made sexist remarks, racist remarks, and did not allow medical leaves or her staff to attend family funerals, which is pretty illegal, I think. Ellen is denying these claims but still apologizes for anyone who had a bad experience working with her. The investigation is still ongoing, but there are rumors that her show could get cancelled. Then what? I love her show. In the number 1 spot is Britney Spears. A worldwide campaign has broke out all over the internet called #FreeBritney. After strange behavior on social media and documents revealed online, people are very worried for her because her dad has legal control over her financial assets and her personal life. For the last 12 years, her father has had legal conservatorship over her and her assets, and he actually has control to restrict her from visitors, her career decisions, her money, and apparently even her social media posts. Her sister, Jamie Lynn Spears, came forward and is now asking that all the assets of the SJB Revocable Trust be moved into 1 or more accounts with Fidelity Brokerage Services, which she controls. Her sister also spoke on social media about Britney's mental health struggles and is hoping that she can help her. As for Britney's music career, she kind of talks about it here and there on social media, and she said that there are no plans to perform again as of right now. Alright guys, that is our list. Let me know your thoughts and feelings in those comments and give it a like if you enjoyed it. But for now, I'm going to end this video with some comments from celebrities who hate Donald Trump. Joe Choi says, love the outfit, Josh. That's a great look. I might steal it. You know what? I actually like that outfit that day. I'm very into that whole like skirt and like oversized sweaters type thing, the vintage. I'm really into it right now. Capriana Payton says, do you support Trump, Joss? Well, I don't like to speak on political views because people take it very seriously. All I gotta say is I am just happy to be Canadian, a proud Canadian, but no, he would not have my vote. That's all I gotta say. Evil Mousy says, because they are involved with Epstein. Yo, I'm not gonna lie, I have been hearing and seeing some crazy reports saying that there are a lot of celebrities who are on Epstein's island and were involved in a lot of that. It's really crazy. That's nuts. I don't wanna know. Carrie Baxter says Trump needs to be trumped. I honestly think this should be like a campaign slogan for like Joe Biden or someone else. Like someone should just use this as a slogan. It's good. Alright guys, that's all I got. I'm getting out of here. Make sure you subscribe, ring the bell, do all of the things. I'm your host Joss. I will see you next time. But an old song of hers also surfaced, and in it she used racist language that targeted at victims of police brutality. Okay. The YouTuber landed himself in the center of a controversy? It's not a word. Sometimes celebrities will do something that throws them into the fire of controversy, and we wonder if they will ever work again and how their career could recover from it. Today on Beyond the Screen, we're doing a part 2 list of the top 10 celebrities who will never work again. I'm your host for this one, Joss Bedard. Thanks for checking us out. If this is your first time here, you can come say hi to us on social media. All of our links are down below. And to watch more of our videos, just click the playlist right up here, somewhere on your screen. But for now, let's get to this top 10 list. Kicking off our countdown at number 10 is Drake Bell. Everything seemed good in the hood for the actor until his ex-girlfriend came forward on TikTok and claimed she was abused by him during their relationship. The singer, Jimmy Ono, said that he both emotionally and physically abused her and that she opened up about it because it is her story to tell. She told her story along with old photos of them and captioned the TikTok, "This is my truth. I hope this message reaches young girls and that no one has to go through what I did. #2020 survivor." She said it started with verbal abuse but then turned physical and he would hit her and throw things at her. She also claimed that he was dating underage girls. Very serious accusations, especially for a TikTok. Drake denied all of these allegations, but the majority of people were choosing to believe the alleged victim, which doesn't really put his career or reputation in a good position. That'd be my biggest fear as a celebrity. Someone coming out with like false claims, not that I'm saying it's false, but like if it was, and ruins your entire career. Up next, number 9 is Eugenia Cooney. Her story is not a gossip story where she did something and now she's getting cancelled. Her story is actually very different and very serious. The YouTuber suddenly disappeared from the platform in February 2019 and went away to treatment for a severe eating disorder. She ended up coming back later that year in July, where she talked about her recovery and how she will be returning to YouTube. Ever since then, she has continued to create videos and it looked like she was doing a lot better. Honestly, I watched her videos and she looked much healthier. But recently people have been raising concerns over her new videos because she's starting to look as thin as she used to, and people think that she may have relapsed. People are worried for her health and safety, and it's not that they don't want her to ever work again, they just worry that she physically won't be able to. She hasn't commented on anything yet, and her last video was 6 days ago at the time of this recording. Oh, bless her. I was so happy. She was doing so much better. She looks like, I don't even know how someone can like stand and be. You haven't seen her?
No.
Chris, it's like you don't understand how someone can be alive and be.
It's not the same though. I haven't seen it though.
This is crazy. Coming into number 8, we have Hailey Bieber. You might know her as Hailey Baldwin, the famous model who went on to marry Justin Bieber. The 24-year-old recently took some heat online after a girl accused her of being a bully in middle school. Very random. A girl posted a TikTok video captioned, "I'm sure she's a nice person now, right? #bulletproof." In the TikTok video, she wrote, "Think you can hurt me? Hailey Baldwin Bieber was my middle school bully." At first, people started accusing her of lying and even threatened a lawsuit against her for defamation. But then, some people started questioning if it was true, and if it is, why is she not apologizing for it? Hailey did not comment on the TikTok claim, so we won't really know the truth behind it. Personally, I think her career will be just fine if people don't assume that this TikTok is true, but people online will argue that fans won't forgive her for allegedly being a bully. People take that very seriously, because it is. Cruising into number 7 is James Corden. His fellow talk show host Ellen DeGeneres has been under investigation after people claimed her show did not treat their employees properly. Things have gotten so bad that people thought her show might get cancelled. But another rumor that went around was that James Corden was going to replace her. It all came after The Sun reported that he was in line to replace her. Literally, like, I thought this was a thing. Some fans were excited at the idea, but the majority of people were furious and started tweeting out saying that he is worse than Ellen and called him problematic. People started filling Twitter with comments about times that they went to James's show and found him to be very disrespectful and rude. People have been calling him a horrible person, but they don't have to fear any longer because he will not be replacing Ellen. She recently announced the return of her show, which she will continue to host. I didn't know James had any issues. I actually liked James. I thought he was really funny all the time. I didn't know that people felt this way. Making her way into number 6 is Kylie Jenner. Controversy always follows her around, but this time people are not taking it lightly. She started posting photos of herself in Paris, and people were furious, seeing as Paris is closed off to Americans right now due to the COVID-19 pandemic. People began lashing out at her, saying how unfair and insensitive it is for her to travel there with a group of friends while the rest of the world can't travel and cannot visit their loved ones. A source came to her defense, saying she was able to enter the country on a business exemption because she had business meetings with a cosmetics company. Apparently she only brought friends with her to make a little trip out of it, which people said was very irresponsible and insensitive. It was also just announced that her reality show Keeping Up with the Kardashians is cancelled, so people are wondering how far her career will go without the reality TV. Who really knows, actually? I don't know what's gonna happen to any of them at this point. Halfway through at number 5, we have Tana Mojo. The YouTuber has been quiet for months now after facing accusations for being racist towards fellow creators. She didn't post any videos to her YouTube for months, and she didn't address the accusations that came to surface. But recently she posted an apology video which was titled "A Long Overdue Apology." People thought this might be a genuine video where she takes accountability for some of her actions, but instead it just did more damage to her career. Her video was very choppy, with her sentences being cut short and edited together with other ones. It did come across very strange. I watched it. Fans started calling her a robot and said it didn't seem like she cared at all. They even claimed she had been reading from a script. But Tana responded and said she was just trying not to cry in the video, because if she did, then people would be mad at her for crying and playing the victim. Honestly, I feel like she meant her apology, but maybe the delivery wasn't the best or what people wanted from her. Sniping the number 4 spot is Danielle Khan. She is the youngest one on our list, but we don't actually know her real age because that was one of the biggest controversies in 2019. The 14-year-old rose to fame online at a very young age, but people said she was lying for claiming to be 15. Her whole family even got involved, with her dad releasing her birth certificate to show that she was actually 14. Regardless of her age, she has done a few things throughout her online career that has caused a lot of controversy. One of them happened recently after she posted a photo to Instagram where people started to claim that she was blackfishing. When comparing her recent look to other photos of herself, she does look like a completely different person, and some people are taking this as rape, which probably was not her intention, but I will let you guys be the judge. In our 3rd spot is Adele. The singer has recently been ridiculed for honestly one of the strangest reasons. People are attacking her for losing a bunch of weight. Not an unhealthy amount though, honestly, she looks great. But people have had their opinion about it, and more recently she got ripped apart for one of her Instagram photos. She posted a photo of herself in a bikini top that has the Jamaican flag on it, and her hair is done in Bantu knots. However, after she posted it, people started coming after her in the comments, accusing her of cultural appropriation. One person tweeted, "If you haven't quite understood cultural appropriation, look at Adele's latest Instagram post. She should go to jail, no parole for this." A little dramatic. Some fellow celebrities came to her defense, while others said that Bantu knots should not be worn by white people no matter what the context is. At the time of the photo, Adele was actually at the Notting Hill Carnival, so like she was kind of dressed up for a reason. She wasn't just doing that for like no reason at all. But people are pissed. And spot number 2 is Bryce Hall. The 21-year-old rose to fame after becoming one of the biggest TikTok stars on the platform. But even though he is young and some would say his career's just starting, he has caused a ton of controversy in the short period of his fame. He's faced racist accusations, homophobic accusations, and most recently, transphobia allegations. All 3 are things that you never want to be identified with. A Twitter user posted a shocking tweet where they tagged Bryce and said, "Babe, you kicked my 2 friends and I out of a party because 2 of us are proudly trans and our other friend was a black female." Rather than an explanation or an apology, he simply tweeted, "Cancel culture looking for their next victim." He didn't address the allegations at all, but instead just ignored them, and people are not happy about it. Winning our number 1 place is Jake Paul. Even if you aren't invested in the YouTube community, you may have heard his name or seen articles about him regarding an FBI investigation that happened at his home. It came after he was posting videos from a looting riot at Scottsdale Fashion Mall back in May during the Black Lives Matter protests. It was said that he was involved and he did not listen to police when they told him to leave. He ended up being arrested and charged, and then the FBI got a warrant to do this massive search on his home. This is when video footage and photos from the raid showed that they found firearms inside of his house. Fans had tons of questions, but also a ton of disappointment. Jake still claims that he did not take part in the looting at the mall, but did not comment about the firearms due to legal obligations. It's hard to believe that his career will ever be the same after something like this, but who knows. Alright guys, that's my part 2 list. Leave a like if you enjoyed it, and also let me know what you're feeling down in the comments. But for now, I'm gonna end this video with some comments from celebrities who gave up on fame 2020. Mercury Vincent says they should have inserted an insert of Joss as young Matilda look-alike. Honestly, I tried to find a picture of my hair like that. I just can't find a good one to send to the editors, but I will keep searching. I did look like her. Caitlin Gaunt says Canadian bacon is not ham, it's female bacon. Gross regardless, but not the same thing. Honestly, this whole Canadian bacon thing is getting out of control because you're all telling me something different. There's bacon, there's female bacon, and there's ham. That's all. Magic Learn to Create with Purpose says, I love your outfit too. Any links to order that cute one? I got a ton of questions about that little cheerleader type outfit. Honestly, the skirt is like 3 years old. Sorry. Yeah, I got nothing. Brittany Galvez says, hi Joss, I have a question. Live forever or have all the money but a short life? Thanks for your time. Well, how short? Because I don't know, I feel like time is something you can't buy. I would much rather have a long life, but how short are we talking? Alright guys, that's all I got. Make sure you subscribe, ring the bell, do all of the things. I've been your host Joss. I will see you next time. Celebrities are getting exposed every day online for their bad decisions or misjudgments from their past. There are so many examples of celebrities getting canceled that I have another top 10 list for you. That's right, I have a part 3 list of 10 celebrities who will never work again. Figuratively speaking, of course, because celebrities get forgiveness sometimes, even when they shouldn't. Let's be honest. I'm your host for this one. I'm Joss Bedard. Thanks for coming back to Top 10 Beyond the Screen. If it's your first time here, stick around to the end because we do comment shoutouts and it's a lot of fun. You can also find us on social media. Our links are down below. And to check out more of what we do, click the playlist right up here somewhere. But for now, let's get to this countdown. Kicking off this countdown at number 10 is Tory Lanez. The rapper was exposed recently for a serious incident that he blames on too much alcohol. A story recently surfaced about the time that he shot Megan Thee Stallion. Yes, you heard that right. He shot her. It was the night of July 12th that he opened gunfire and shot her in the foot and then texted her an apology that night when she was in the hospital. The only excuse he has for the violence is that he got too drunk. The police were called after witnesses heard shots fired around an SUV. Footage was leaked online showing Tory, Megan, and one of her friends all exiting the car, Megan limping with her foot literally dripping in blood. Tory ended up being arrested for possession possession of a concealed weapon. It was a handgun that was found under his seat. Megan even posted the gruesome photos to her Instagram where she explained that the bullet hit the back of her foot because she was walking away when the shots were fired. She had to get stitches, but thankfully she's able to use her foot again. Saw the pictures. Can't show them obviously, but that's all I have to say to that. It was disgusting. Sniping the number 9 spot is Offset. He made headlines in the past for cheating on Cardi B, but despite knowing this, she decided to work things out with him and give him another chance, even getting married and starting a family. After the cheating scandal, she told Vogue that she would not tolerate him cheating on her ever again, and it seems like she might be sticking to her word. Just a few days ago, news broke that she filed for divorce after 3 years of marriage. Sources have come forward saying that Cardi found out he was cheating on her again, and she had enough of it this time. One source said he has been pleading with her that he hasn't cheated, but many girls have come forward with claims. She had enough and decided to file. Cardi wants to be a good example for her daughter and women out there. People were forgiving of him the first time because like Cardi was, but they probably won't forgive him this time, especially if Cardi won't, which I hope she won't. Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. And that's a fact. Period. Up next, number 8 is Lori Loughlin. The actress was caught in a college admission scandal after she and her husband paid to have their daughter's test results altered in hopes that they could skip the college application process. In court, she admitted to paying $500,000 to the mastermind behind the scam, William Rick Singer, to get her daughters into the University of Southern California. She did take responsibility for her actions after people attacked her online for trying to cheat their way in. At the end of the trial, she was sentenced to 2 months in federal prison and will serve 2 years of supervised release where she must perform 100 hours of community service. And she will also pay a fine of $150,000. Her husband was sentenced to 5 months in prison with a $250,000 fine. I'm not sure why or how that works, but okay. They both have to surrender to the US Bureau of Prisons by 2 p.m. on November 19th. Like what? Just have your kids write the test like everyone else in this world. What were you thinking? This was so not worth it. Because not only were her kids not go to school now, you in prison. In spot number 7 is Matt Lauer. The Today Show co-anchor lost everything he had back in 2017 when he was fired from the show. NBC News had to face a ton of horrific allegations that he had another colleague in that workplace. When the allegations first started coming out, Matt released a letter by his lawyer denying any wrongdoing and said every encounter was consensual. That is what they all say. NBC took the allegations very seriously and issued a statement saying, Matt Lauer's conduct was appalling, horrific, and reprehensible, as we said at the time. That's why he was fired within 24 hours of us first learning of the complaint. Our hearts break again for our colleague. However, he did not face any charges when all was said and done, and ever since then he's just been keeping a very low profile since he lost his position on the show, and will not get another one. Cruising into number 6 is Tati Westbrook. It's hard to say where her career will go from here. Even after all her drama with James Charles last year, she was able to keep a low profile and have a successful beauty brand, so we really don't know. If you missed all the drama, last year she posted a video on her YouTube called Bye Sister, where she talked for 40 minutes accusing James of horrible things. She was initially upset that he did a brand deal with Sugar Bear Hair, which is a direct competition to her beauty line, which he knew since they were very close friends. In her video though, she made very serious claims that he used his fame to manipulate other people's sexuality and said that he was a bad example for his followers. It was incredibly damaging to his career and he lost millions of subscribers within 1 day. But then, after a year of being silent, she posted an updated video recently where she blamed Shane Dawson and Jeffree Star for the whole thing, saying that they told her those things about James and pressured her into making a video. People were furious that she was putting the blame on someone else, especially seeing as she is 38 years old and James is 21. Like, how is there even drama there? You're like double his age. I don't get it. We've made it halfway through. At number 5, we have Harry Jowsey. He rose to fame this year after he starred on the Netflix show Too Hot to Handle. He and his fling from the show, Francesca Farrago, skyrocketed into fame after the show aired and people fell in love with them as a couple. I loved them. They were so cute. They were one of the few couples who left the show and still tried to pursue a relationship, and fans were very invested that they were going to make it work. But then news broke that they had split up, and Francesca posted posted a YouTube video where she confirmed that he was unfaithful and had cheated on her. Obviously, all of their fans quickly turned against him and his fame just kind of started to fade out. He is still trying to gain traction online on his social media pages, but Francesca is doing just fine. She's out living this Hollywood life now, and she has recently become good friends with YouTuber Tana Mojo. Coming in hot at number 4 is Kevin Hunter. You never want to piss off your wife, especially when she is your boss. If you don't know who Kevin is, he is married to Wendy Williams, the leading lady and creator of The Wendy Williams Show. He worked alongside his wife for years as both an executive producer and also her manager, but was fired in April 2019 after it surfaced that he had cheated on her. But this was not just like some drunken night mistake or a one-time thing. Turns out he had a full-blown relationship with another woman named Sharina Hudson for 15 years. And the two of them even had a kid together. For obvious reasons, there's no way in hell Wendy was going to allow him to work on her show any longer. He was fired pretty much immediately and his reputation took a massive hit. They do share a son together though, and they have come to a civil term so that they can co-parent together. Can you imagine? Oh yeah, I've actually had 2 relationships, 15 years, and I have a kid. Okay, how do you hide that is what I want to know. In our 3rd spot is Joe Exotic. The former zookeeper rose to fame after he was the subject of the hit Netflix docuseries called Tiger King: Murder, Mayhem, and Madness. But his fame can only go so far because by the time the documentary came out, he was already locked behind bars. He was sentenced to 22 years in prison for being involved in a murder-for-hire plot against his rival, Carol Baskin. He hired someone and intended on paying them $3,000 to kill her. I feel like that is not enough money. After he was sentenced, an investigation was done on his zoo and it was confirmed that he had shot and killed 5 innocent tigers as well as a horse which he used as meat to feed his tigers. Joe is sticking to his innocence though and even wrote a letter to President Donald Trump requesting pardon. Boy, we got way too much going on in this world right now. Taking over number 2 is Bill Cosby. If you followed his trial, then you would quickly understand why he genuinely will never work again. The iconic actor lost everything when he was accused of and misconduct by more than 50 people. The allegations surfaced in 2014 when he was accused of that took place in the mid-1960s. He has been accused by different women for very disturbing things, and all the alleged incidents span from 1965 to 2008 in the US and 1 case in Canada. He battled the allegations for years, and some people even thought he might walk away clean because of his celebrity status. But he was first found guilty on April 26, 2018 for 3 counts of aggravated assault. Then on September 25th, 2018, he was sentenced to 3 to 10 years in state prison. And seeing as he is 83 years old right now, I don't think when he gets out, when he's like 90 years old, that he's gonna be auditioning for any role. Safe to say he's not gonna work again. Earning the number 1 place on our list is Kanye West. He is a tough topic of conversation right now because it is clear that he is suffering from some mental health issues right now, and I never want to come off as insensitive to that. But because of his erratic actions these days, his career is going to have huge ramifications. Yesterday, he did the unthinkable and tweeted out a video of himself urinating on one of his Grammy Awards. He was on a rant about the music industry and even tweeted out photos of his music contract, which is illegal because they are very confidential documents. On top of that, he even tweeted out Forbes' phone number, who is the editor of Forbes, and called him a white supremacist. Twitter ended up banning his account for 12 hours, and we are still waiting to see what kind of damage this is going to do, but it is not going to be pretty. I don't know how you come back from this. It's just getting worse and worse with him. Alright guys, that's our part 3 list. Let me know your thoughts and feelings down in the comments and give it a like if you enjoyed it. But for now, I'm gonna end this video with comments from celebrities you didn't know were the same age. Zara Emoji says, Joss, no way you're 28. You look really young to me. I have to be taking notes. Hey, I'm not 28 yet. I am 27 for about 12 more days, and I will hold on to that. I have anxiety. Hydrolito says 51 is young as my aunt lived to 101. That's wild. Kudos to her. Chris Tan says, Joss, we are the same age. Yay, 27 or 28 because people are saying 28. I'm 27. I was born in 1992. Sophia Pereira says, what? Jennifer Aniston is younger than Sandra Bullock? I literally didn't even piece that together until I read your comment. That's shocking to me. I definitely didn't think, I thought it was the other way around. Alright guys, that is all I have. I'm getting out of here. Subscribe, ring the bell to hang out with us every day. I was your host, Joss. I will see you next time.